Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Golden Bachelorette Chock Chapple, like you've never seen him before. While the Golden Bachelorette star, Chock Chapple, has been dividing Bachelor Nation fans recently, he is still the frontrunner for Joan Vasso's heart. While some people believe he is controlling and coming on too strong, others think he has the strength and honesty that Joan is looking for in a husband. But time will tell who Joan chooses. Now, he shows off a look for fans that they have never seen before. Joan Vassos fits right in. In the last episode of The Golden Bachelorette, Chock Chapple took Joan Vassos home to Wichita, Kansas. During the visit, Joan met many of his family members. Both his dad and the father of his late fiancée, Kathy, were at the event to greet Joan. They each shared how they believe he is truly in love. She also got the chance to meet his two children, Taylor and Tyler, and his brothers as well. Undeniably, she fit into his family as she stood next to them in one of the more difficult moments while honoring Chock's mother by planting a tree. Although some people had questions about Chock, he is heading to the fantasy suites on this week's episode to dive deep into their relationships. But previews show that there is drama on the horizon. Chock Chapple, like you've never seen him before. On Instagram, Golden Bachelorette contestant Chock Chapple shows fans a whole new side of himself. He captions, "A long time ago, my brother and I. Can you guess which one is me?" Then, he adds a photo with two young boys sticking out their lower lips to pout for the camera. While he didn't reveal which of the boys he was, most fans could tell immediately. Fans guess which boy he is. After the Golden Bachelorette star, Chock Chapple showed his younger self, fans quickly made guesses. When fans saw the dimple and sparkle in the little boy's eyes, they were sure he was in the back. "No doubt, you are standing behind." "Yep, on the left." Guessing the little cutie standing on the left. "It's so obvious. Blue eyes on the left." "On left. I see that glint in your eyes." Fans think Chock Chapple is easy to spot. The one on the left, that special dimple on the cheek, so sweet and so treasurable. Thanks for sharing such sweet memories. You are the happy boy. You and your brother are both adorable. Guy in the gray and black suit. A dapper dresser even back then. Great photo. You're doing him dirty, putting that on the internet. Chock Chapple, known for his well-coiffed silver hair and charming southern drawl, is no stranger to the spotlight on the Golden Bachelorette. This season, though, he's emerging as more than just the sweet, endlessly positive contender everyone thought he was. Chock's story is unfolding in unexpected ways, revealing a past, a spirit, and a sense of humor that fans are calling an absolute revelation. From soul-bearing heart-to-hearts to playful mischief, Chock is giving us all the classic rom-com lead vibes, only this time, he's got a lifetime of wisdom to back it up. In one of the season's most unforgettable episodes, Chock took the Golden Bachelorette audience on an emotional roller coaster during his one-on-one with Joan. The scene was serene, a quiet little lakeside cabin, its windows glowing with warm light as dusk settled over the woods. Joan expected the evening to be a standard date night, but Chock had other plans. With a quiet glimmer in his eye, he invited Joan to join him on the porch, where he'd set up a projector to display a series of old film photos he captured during his world travels. As image after image of breathtaking sunsets, vibrant marketplaces, and rustic landscapes flashed across the screen, Chock opened up about the stories behind them. His tales weren't just about his journeys, but about finding himself on the way. He spoke about his years in the Peace Corps, his summer at a kibbutz in Israel, and that one wild winter he spent dog sledding in the Arctic. His past was a mix of adventure and self-discovery, the kind that had shaped him into the man he is today. Joan listened, spellbound, her eyes brimming with admiration and surprise. Who knew that beneath Chock's easygoing demeanor lay the soul of a world traveler, a passionate seeker of stories? As the night wore on, the conversation turned from Chock's stories to deeper questions about life and love. In a rare, vulnerable moment, Chock shared the impact of losing his first love, a woman he met in his 20s who taught him what love really meant. "She was my fire," he told Joan, "and when she was gone, it took me years to feel that warmth again. It wasn't that I couldn't love someone else, but that I wanted that kind of connection, something that goes beyond just attraction." Joan's expression softened as she realized just how deeply Chock had loved and lost, and how fiercely he held onto the hope of finding that connection again. But Chock's sincerity wasn't his only captivating quality. His sense of humor, which had thus far been sweetly understated, burst to the forefront in a group date that had the entire cast and audience laughing until they cried. In a series of improv skits, the contestants were asked to act out scenes from Joan's life, each man playing a different ex-boyfriend archetype. When it was Chock's turn, he donned a wild 1970s-style wig, complete with platform shoes and a garish, patterned suit that no one could quite take seriously. But it wasn't just the costume that had everyone in stitches. Chock played the part of a hilarious, over-the-top disco dude, with all the flair and swagger of a man who knew exactly how silly he looked. Chock's exaggerated dance moves and corny pickup lines were a complete 180 from his usual gentlemanly persona, leaving Joan doubled over in laughter and the rest of the cast hooting and cheering. But the best moment came when, mid-sketch, he unexpectedly dipped Joan into a graceful ballroom twirl, transforming the joke into something unexpectedly romantic. The audience saw that Chock wasn't just capable of playing the fool. He knew exactly when to bring a touch of magic back into the moment, making everyone's hearts skip a beat. Behind the scenes, Chock's playful side continued to shine. During downtime on set, he became known as the prank king, always coming up with elaborate practical jokes to keep everyone entertained. His most legendary prank involved planting fake snakes in the cast trailers, leading to shrieks and laughter echoing through the lot. Somehow, even in the midst of his pranks, he managed to charm everyone. Chock's pranks were harmless, but they showed that he was far from taking himself too seriously. One evening, as a storm rumbled over the filming location, Chock gathered the other contestants around the fire pit, telling ghost stories with eerie authenticity. His deep voice and dramatic pauses sent shivers down everyone's spines. But just as he was getting to the climax, thunder crashed, lightning flashed, and Chock leaped up with a loud boo. The men jumped, a mix of laughter and groans erupting as they realized they'd all been played. Chock's prankster spirit, it turned out, was impossible to predict. But it's in the quieter moments when Chock has shown a side of himself that struck a chord with fans everywhere. During his solo moments with Joan, there's a gentle intensity that sets him apart. While others might try to impress her, Chock's approach is refreshingly genuine. He's interested in getting to know her soul, not just sweeping her off her feet with grand gestures. In one tender exchange, he and Joan found themselves talking late into the night about their dreams for the future, what it means to find companionship at their stage in life, and how they could imagine building a life together. He spoke with a softness and sincerity that showed he was more than just a bachelor on a TV show. He was a man genuinely searching for a deep connection. The truth is, no one expected this much depth and charm from Chock Chapple. He arrived on the Golden Bachelorette as the nice guy, the safe choice, the one who might fade into the background. But as he's opened up, the world has gotten to see him in a whole new light. He's not just a sweet Southern gentleman. He's a globe-trotting adventurer, a playful prankster, and a soulful romantic who's lived 1,000 lives in one. Fans have fallen head over heels for him, and he's become a standout not just for Joan, but for everyone watching at home. As the season draws closer to the finale, it's anyone's guess how things will end for Chock and Joan. But one thing is certain, we'll never look at Chock Chapple the same way again. He's taken what could have been just another season of the Golden Bachelorette and turned it into a beautiful, funny, heart-wrenching experience that fans will talk about for years to come. And whether or not he finds lasting love with Joan, Chock's journey is one that's inspired countless viewers, proving that love, laughter, and adventure don't have an expiration date.